Okay, so the second part of this is the cash flow portion. So we said you're getting 7% on your money. Now, in reality, when we run the analysis on a property, on this particular one we did, you're getting more than 7% as the years go on, right? The expenses go up a little bit and the rent goes up a little bit, but we're just going to assume for the sake of this video that that 7% is going to remain constant over 20 years just to keep the math simple. So we have 7% on our money over the next 20 years, gives us $140,000. So we have $7,000 and we have that 20-year loan. So that's $140,000. So 20 years from now, based on just those two things, the equity you've built up and the cash flow, right? You have $300,000 that was paid for by the renters in equity, and you have $140,000 in cash flow, right? So that gives us a grand total of $440,000 after 20 years. So $440,000. Now, the last part we have to add on is the appreciation. Now, we did a reasonably conservative appreciation rate of 2% per year. If you have a 2% appreciation rate each year for 20 years, that $400,000 property ends up being roughly $594,000. So it started at 400, 20 years go by, it appreciates 2% each year. It ends up at 594, right? So what we take is that 594, and we subtract the 400 of the original value, and we have 194,000 left over. Now, this 194,000 is built up equity, as is the 300. Okay, so all of those things, again, you paid 100,000 in. That property is now worth 594,000 20 years later, right? So all of this money that you built in is from the other people. That's your money working for yourself without you doing anything. So we're going to take this 194 and we're going to add this onto our 440. So we have 440 here. We're going to add the 194, and now that adds up to a grand total of about 634. So we're going to use 634 roughly here as our grand total. So what does this mean? This means on day one, you put $100,000 into a property, okay? This means that you are getting 7% return on your money every year after all of the expenses are paid. What does that add up to? That means 20 years from now, you have a property that's worth $594,000, which $494,000 of that got paid by the people living in the property. So in 20 years, you now have $634,000 sitting there waiting for you, and you also have $100,000, your $100,000 back. So that's in addition. So this 634 doesn't count that 100. You get that 100 back, and then you have $634,000 built there. So this is just an example of a retirement plan that you can use outside of some of the traditional things that are in place. And this is just the example of the one property we looked at today. There's plenty like that. Just wanted to give you guys an idea of how we run an analysis. We'd love to talk to you guys a little bit more about it. Please contact us in any way, shape, or form that you feel, either on social media, or you can give me a call at 610-703-5520. Look forward to talking to you guys soon.